We want to find the standard form of the equation for a hyperbola that has a center at 5, 6, a focus at 5, 13, and a vertex at 5, 10. So let's go ahead and plot these points so we can visualize this hyperbola. A center at 5, 6. So we're going to go over 5 and up 6, and I'm going to put an X there to mark the center. There's a focus at 5, 13. So over 5 and up 10, 11, 12, 13. So this is a focus. Okay, there is a vertex at 5 and 10. So right here, this is a vertex. Now I can add the other focus and the other vertex because they are symmetric. So from the center, it's up 1, 2, 3, 4 above the center for vertex 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4 below the center would be vertex 2. The focus was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 above the center. So if I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 below the center, I would have the other focus. And so let's write down a few things that we now know because of this. Okay, we know the center was at 5, 6. We can see that the transverse axis is vertical. It's running parallel to the y-axis. So I know the y term is going to be the positive term. And then I'm going to put pieces for the x and equals 1. And the other thing I know is I know what B is, because B is how far from the center in the y direction to get to a vertex. If we look from the center, 1, 2, 3, 4. So B equals 4. So B squared would go right here, which is going to be 16 since B was 4. Okay, let's go ahead and put the H and the K on there. The center was at 5, 6, so that means this is going to be x minus 5. So when I take the opposite sign here, I get 5 for the x value, and y minus 6. So when I take the opposite sign there, I get the 6 for the y value. Now the last thing remaining is I need to find A and square it, and it would go right here. So how do I find A? Well, as I look at my picture, they didn't give me that info, but they gave me C, because from the center, the distance to the focus is C. So C is going to equal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so from the center, the y value needs to change by 7 to get to a focus. So C is 7. So C squared equals A squared plus B squared. So C was 7, so C squared is 49. I don't know A squared, but I know B squared is 16. So that means A squared equals, I'm going to subtract the 16, and it looks like that's going to be 33. So that's going to go right up here for my A squared, and I have the standard form of this hyperbola, the equation. Now if we wanted to finish graphing this, we could. From the center, I would need to go out the square root of 33 each direction, and the square root of 33 is about 5.7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.7 this way, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.7 this way. And I could, with that, draw my guide rectangle. And it needs to go up here and through that vertex that's right there. And then I could draw my asymptotes. They're the diagonals of this guide rectangle. And then I'm ready to draw my hyperbola. It needs to go through the vertex and head towards the asymptote. Go through the vertex and head towards the asymptote.